Yeah, no one's shaking ass anymore.
Not even on Love Island?
No one's twerking. They twerking on Love Island is performative twerk. No one's freely shaking ass.
For sure. It's
anymore.
not coming
It's a
from
tragedy.
within.
Yeah, it's a tragedy, truly.
Not coming from the knees.
Yeah, it's not coming
like,
from
oh, okay.
They're going to have great knees in 40 years, though. You know what I mean? That
like
generation's going to stand there trust us.
I want to keep this.
You know,
we got from Supergirl to Love Island to twerking.
We did to twerk.
Performative twerking
I feel like
and then genuine twerking.
everything comes to twerking.
That's why Supergirl did not twerk when she was partying. She ain't shake one ass, one cheek.
Not.
This is true. It's very shoegaze.
You know what I'm saying? If I was like drowning my sorrow, I'm on the table, hands on my knees, shaking my ass, doing thought shit. Yeah,
there you go.
You know what I mean? She was not.
No. She was like, okay, I'm going to go lay down, throw up a bunch. Welcome to Two Nerds and Actor, the podcast where we give you unfiltered opinions about nerdy TV and movies for the nerd adjacent to the nerd aficionado. I am your nerd and host, Aisha Jordan, and I'm here with my nerdy man co-host, France Jerome.
So it's nerdy man like Superman?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Nerdy man.
Val Zod was good. I'm here.
Wow. And today we are joined by the nerd commentator and host of the DC Studios Showcase, Fantastic Frankey.
Hi.
I know, I don't even have to give you a name because you already have one, Fantastic Frankey.
Yeah, Fanboy Fighter. I have Fanboy Fighter.
Oh, there you go, Fanboy Fighter.
Alliteration.
Yeah, I love a good FF, you know? Throw out there. I got it.
I always put nerd before something, so when I was like, how do you want to be introduced? Nerd commentator, I was like, there you go.
I love that.
There
I say that on the show too. I'm like, I speak on all things nerdy and everything that encompasses. So that's Black culture, that's rap, that, you know, that all kind of contributes to nerd culture. Like, I think House of the Dragon is such a good example of that, where it's like,
what do you mean?
Have you been watching it?
We haven't, but like, why is it like
Dumb Dragons? And like the way we are just impacting
Okay.
House of the Dragon culture. There's some raggedy hoopty dragon that's been introduced this season. And we are putting do-rags on him, shiesties on it.
Well, we're so happy to have you because you are all things DC. Clearly, you talk about all nerd things, but I don't know if you know, we are Marvel leaning. So it's a little bit of a Marvel DC rivalry here.
Y'all grew up in New York?
No, I mean, I grew up on the East Coast.
You grew up in the Bronx, right?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Reflex.
interesting.
Can't help it.
All right.
This is what we're here for.
Tripping
It's
out
gonna be
here.
exciting.
Yeah,
It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah. Spider-Man from Queens.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
But he not from up here.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, we rep Cecilia Reyes.
You said I got people. Okay.
First and last person to say no to Xavier's dream.
Wow.
To his face. She was like, yeah, nah, I'm good on that.
See, this is why we're leaning Marvel. Okay, well, we're going to stick to DC unless Marvel creeps in because we can't help it.
Yeah,
but
that's fair. I'm versed.
That's why I felt like you're not just DC. You know everything. Like, you know the things. What is your sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, yes. Okay. Best friend is a Capricorn. I'm a Virgo, so we're here.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm Aquarius. I'm always
You're
always
there.
out
We
there.
like to organize. We like logic. We like facts. Yeah, you're like, oh.
He's like, who's logic? Who's
Excel
logic?
sheet.
only my logic.
I love it.
What is it, Akira? It's like, leave me alone.
I'm dead.
You can tell I'm online all the time. Just a bunch of vocal stems. Like,
she's like, I got memes. I got it.
All in my head.
Let's jump in because we're here to talk about Supergirl. What we do on our podcast is we start with a no spoilers review, and then we go into our spoilers review. So we let people know ahead of time before we get into that. Without further ado.
Yes, if you haven't seen it, you know what to do.
Without spoiling anything, what is this iteration of Supergirl about?
Supergirl's dog. Okay, let me think about it. Because
Everyone does the same thing.
Let me think about how to say. Supergirl is celebrating herself on a bender by Red Sun and is commissioned by a young girl named Ruthie to get revenge on her family. And she commits to it after the guy does a little something to her dog. And adventure ensues.
That was great.
Thank you.
That was
That was mad professional. Gene.
Thank you.
I was like, she gonna slip up.
Oh, I'm PR trained. I'm sorry.
She's like,
I was like, let me think. I could see PR.
yes, that was perfect.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Millie and Eve, the actors. That has been like the top everyone loves. And I also agree that they did a phenomenal job. And I want to know your take.
Oh, I love Millie's interpretation of Supergirl. I think, especially if you read the comic, that's kind of how I read it. There's a deep sadness. She's grieving. And I think it's palpable in every scene that she's in. And I always thought that Millie was more of a theater actor. I tell people, like, she should be in theater. But watching her in this, I was like, I see why she does film, because she's so good at just facial expressions and like subtle things that you just can't get on the stage. Eve Ridley, I think, was phenomenal. She had this like presence about her that was otherworldly, which, she's an alien. You gotta remember that. They're both aliens, but she's an alien who's never interacted with us. And I could feel that. She was serious. And I thought she was cool. Like, I was like, I would like look for someone for you. You know what I'm saying? With the sword and stuff
she
like
convince
that.
Me.
Yeah, she could convince me maybe. Yes.
A lot of people are saying that kind of like the actors were doing better than the writing. That like there was a lot happening that was like, I'm here for these performances, the stories.
It reminds me, since we could talk about Marvel, Thor 4. Remember Christian Bale was playing Gore? And I was like, Christian, this is not this movie. This is not the movie we're in.
He was on 12.
He was on 12, doing Shakespeare. And I did feel that. I mean, as an actor, I'm sure you gotta bring it every time. You gotta bring that performance. I think it's been edited oddly.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get into that, because that was a big
I'm like
thing
biting my. Cause I'm like,
well, say what you're gonna say, but like, don't spoil.
Don't spoil. Yeah, word.
A film like a Supergirl, it's like anything that's in the the Superman, anything in that realm comes with so much legacy, so much legacy. So the bar is high off rip. The performances were so good that I would forget sometimes where I was, and then it felt disjointed at the same time, and then I really forgot where I was.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until Millie eyeballs the camera and lets out a tear, something like that, that I'm like, oh, that's right. This is why I'm here. This is what the movie is about. But I haven't seen a comic book movie do that in a long time.
Are you saying that as a positive or a negative? Like, you feel like
just as it
taken out of the
existed.
story?
Like, I haven't seen a comic book movie where the performances were so strong. I was like, since maybe Thor 4. Like, since
Logan,
Watchmen. Yeah.
No, but the writing was on point.
Oh, you're saying
these
they're
performances
outperforming.
Yeah,
the
like
writing.
it carried the movie so much that I was looking more for those moments than anything else.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But
I feel that. I will say, I try to watch these films with people who don't know the material, because for me, I think, especially when I'm critiquing something, how does this hold up without the knowledge? And people are so purist with it, like, you should read this before. No. And people don't have time. People, some people can't interpret art like that. Like, some people just cannot sit down and read a comic. Like, they just don't like it. This medium is supposed to connect us all. If it doesn't do that job of me understanding that, I felt that way. I recently watched Backrooms, and I didn't know the Reddit back lore or whatever. So there were so many moments I was like, what is going on? And like, after I fell down this deep hole and I got it, I was like, I shouldn't have to do homework to watch a piece of media. It should be good. You know what I mean? And Watchmen, I think, DC property, is a really good example of how it's like a continuation of a story that's done, a robust story that's like really in depth and complicated, and you still got dropped in the middle of it and felt it, understood, and knew what was going on.
Okay, wait, are we talking about the movie or the TV show?
The TV show, not the...
Okay. I was like, hold on a second. You want to be clear?
Regina.
Yeah, we're talking about Regina King.
That one.
Shout out Vertigo, because everything on that label.
They got a little bit more freedom.
A lot more juice.
A lot more juice. And I think that goes back to the movie. Like, Vertigo and just Black label things doesn't have to cater to the audience. And I think the issues people have with the script is that, like, this movie had the task of reaching the expectations of being a superhero movie, a Superman movie, and tapping into an audience that may not be as refined as the typical, even superhero, you know, enthusiast. And so I could feel that, right? They took this incredibly nuanced and complex piece of work and they said, well, how do we make it palpable for a general audience? And it's hard. It's
hard.
difficult to do.
And I think that, I think they did it pretty well in that regard, because like I'm the one who doesn't read the comics, right? I'm the TV, I'm the movie person, I'm the animated series person, I'm that person. And I love to learn about the comics from the people who know. Like that's my favorite thing to do. I will sit there like you're reading me a storybook and tell me everything.
I love that.
And so, but I think the movie itself, deciding to do this type of Supergirl when everyone else is very used to like the kind of like, like solving problems, kind of
clean
like
cut girl next
clean,
door.
exactly.
Really? What was your impression of Supergirl before you saw the film?
Oh, like in general?
Yeah.
I mean, I saw her as like tough girl, but sweet, good-hearted, not messy. I never saw her as like messy.
Okay.
That's what I felt
like. Drunk, messy? Okay.
Yeah. And like, I don't mean messy in like bad way. I mean like...
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
That's how I always saw Supergirl. And I never watched the CW show. I didn't watch the CW show. So
oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
like.
Yeah. The CW show is definitely its own iteration interpretation of it, but like in the comics, Supergirl is maybe not a drunk, but she's definitely like dealing with existentialism. Like she's definitely sad. Yeah. She feels isolated and, you know, she has I don't want to say more adult themes, but her themes are very different than Superman because she's a woman.
Yeah.
Even like when you look at Superman's clone in like Bizarro or Ultraman, or well, he's not a clone, but you know, when you look at Superman's doppelgangers versus like Power Girl, which is like hypersexualized and stuff like that, it really kind of gets into the crux of Supergirl and like her coming to Earth and being like, what is going on here? Like, this is not me. This is not. And her remembering her planet, you know what I mean? And like being in this new planet and like being introduced to misogyny, having the task of like, Clark has already been here doing this thing. And he's like, this is what we do. And she's like, you speak French? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But she's, you know, she's compassionate. And so that's what it's really, her character at its core is like your duty and your compassion conflicting with what you want to do. You know what I mean? But she is messy a little bit. Yeah.
Well, I thought that came through like really well. And to put like, you know, the James Gunn of it all on there too. It's kind of like he likes characters, which is why I was like excited that he came out to do DC, because it's like he is about characters. DC is really good at like characters, you know what I mean? But I feel like we're getting a little bit into spoilers, so maybe we should.
No, yeah, we're dancing around though. We've been good.
We're pretty good, but I feel like we should get into it.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, so if you are watching or listening and you have not seen Supergirl, you can just like turn it off and then like come back. Or if you really don't care about spoilers, you can keep listening and see what we say, and then maybe you want to go see it even more. I don't know. We'll see. So before we get into it, though, we have to say our signature spoiler.
Yes.
France is good at explaining it.
Spoiler, as opposed to spoiler. Spoiler coming from, you know, the canned Dipset. From the squale when the police is coming type John. But flipping it for spoiler.
I love that. My Dungeons and Dragons character is Jewels of Santana.
So, okay,
for the
you have to say it.
Swallow. You know what I'm saying? I'm from uptown. What do you say? I'm from around the way.
We outside.
That's exactly what it is. That was great.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
So you got a New Yorker in here. You know, it's hard to meet us.
It's hitting different.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's hitting good.
I feel like I've been here. Okay, this is a debate, though. I've been here for like over 20 years.
Sorry. You went to high school here?
Okay, see?
Here it goes.
You see? It's happening. It's happening. Everyone's like, you have to be born in New York to be a New Yorker. And then someone sent me a post that was like, here's all the levels of
strata.
like,
You have to be delivered in the Statue of Liberty. Unfortunately, that's at
the top.
Buy a bodega cat. It's like this whole thing. My rule is normally high school because I think that's where your formative years are. So like if you came here when you're 10, I'd be like, you're from New York. If you came here after high school, 18 above, I'm sorry. And I was like, how terrible is your hometown that you want to claim another one? You feel me? Like I could be in LA for the rest of my life. I would never. You feel me? You say you haven't been to mine.
No, it's a good town. It's a good town.
I'm sure.
You actually went to the premiere, so I want to talk about that first. How was that?
That was nice.
What was that like?
It was nice. I will say I'm at a place and it's so surreal. We're going to DC premieres. It's a blast and it feels like a high school reunion for me. It is actually bizarre now to see like comic book creators from DC be like, oh my gosh, Frankey, can we take a picture? Like even Jim Lee is like, Frankey, how are you? It's really weird. It's really bizarre. But yeah, I mean, they put the money in it too. It was here in Brooklyn.
Oh, I didn't know it was here.
It was here. It was here in Brooklyn. It's always nice to be at a premiere. But I will say it's hard to watch a film at a premiere because then after you can't be candid to talk to your peers, right?
Yeah.
You have to wait until the next day,
like,
get your thoughts out. You're like whispering in a corner.
That's facts. That's how I felt. We went to see Fountain of Youth, and it was like everybody was there, and everyone's like, how did you like it? And I was like, it's great.
It was a movie.
Yeah, I went to the Madam Web premiere. It's awkward. I've never seen so many people get out of a theater so quickly.
That is rough.
We got out of there immediately. Yeah. Immediately. It's crazy.
Please don't ask me to comment.
Premium yikes. I got you.
Yeah, it was hard.
You were saying like you're super excited, like Jim Lee and everybody saying hi to you. What did you want to be when you were a kid?
Oh, I had a full career before this. My big thing was like, I'm going to be a physical therapist. I like worked in fitness for a very long time. Yeah. I'm a pandemic creative. So before then I was like, I never even thought about like being into creativity and stuff like that. I always was a gapper. Right. But it was just kind of like something me and my dad shared, like reading comic books and like going to conventions. And then when the pandemic hit, I just had an opportunity to speak on YouTube. I got laid off. I had nothing else to do. And it just kind of exploded. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I recently was at a like family barbecue and my family was like, we always knew like you were going to be like on TV. You have the personality. And you were like, I was like, why do y'all push me to go to med school? What I could have went to acting school. I could have been in this thing. I was like, I've been wasted. But like, so that I think funny. That's the most surreal part of it. Like, you know, reading like Wizard magazine and stuff like that, you know, and like seeing these guys from afar, and then like Tom King will come up to me, or like even we'll talk about it later. We were debating at the premiere about the ending of the comic, and I had interpreted it.
Okay, wait.
From everyone. I'm not going to say what it is, but
I was like, we're not ready yet.
I interpreted it very different than the rest of like everyone around me, and we're debating. They're like, Frankey, you're wrong. I'm like, Tom King is here, and so I scream out like, Tom, and he looks, and I was like, come here, and he comes over. And I was like, hey, Tom. I screamed. He was like this far from me. But like, I'm for dramatic effect, you guys. And I asked him the question. He was like, Frankey, you're right. And it was... I think the most validating feeling I've ever felt in my life. And I was like, thank you. I'm always right early. And I get dragged every time.
Wait. So I want to talk a little bit about the source material. So Women of Tomorrow and kind of this backstory that, again, I haven't read it. I watched a YouTube thingy and after I saw the movie too. And the backstory of Kara and like that to me... Tell me more about it. I want to know more about this backstory.
There were major
I'm gonna cut you. I'm gonna tell. So when Frankie's talking about, I was at the premiere, and I said, hey, Tom King, who wrote Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. She pulled him, and he was like, yeah, now you got it. In a debate. Just so you know what
the Tom King, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, written by Tom King, art by Belkis. who also was there. She looks like a doll. Oh my gosh.
Does she?
Actually like a 50s doll. And she has a face kind of like Supergirl does in that story. Maybe she did it subconsciously. But yeah, I feel like this movie was the major plot points of the book is hit at the movie, right? That synopsis I gave in the spoiler free is essentially what the book is about.
Yeah, it felt like it was not one-to-one match, but like when I read it, it was like very like the beats were there, but it was different.
It's very different. I think the themes are very different, and I think there were major lore changes that were made in the movie to Supergirl's character overall, which is a signature of James Gunn, but also to the book. The biggest lore change is that Supergirl wasn't born in Krypton and is actually younger than Clark. In most iterations, she is older than him and has like been orbiting Earth multiple times. And so then by that point, she's actually stronger than Clark because she's been absorbing the sun while she's in that ship. She was on Krypton and she was there when they detached and then had to watch everyone die. So she watched her planet die, she watched her new city die, and then she went over to Clark and he's trying to put her to work. So that kind of changed the dynamic that like she also I guess can connect to Clark with like longing for a home she never saw. And then it also changes that she's actually younger than Clark.
I think I like that she's older because like I knew that story of her orbiting, and I was like, because we were sitting in the theater, I was like, wait, isn't she older than him?
Yeah. What? I kind of prefer that too, and
Same.
I mean it's a preference, but because I like her being like, who the hell are you to tell me things?
I always thought she had a "fuck is you talking to" affect. And she never said it, but her eyes be like, she would cut him a look and be like, I'm like, this is apropos.
Yeah, France, you're Haitian. Were you born on Haiti?
No, I was born here in New York.
Do you visit Haiti often?
I haven't. Apparently, there are aspects of my family that are very dangerous.
Damn, you one of them Haitians.
Got like
what's his name? Dijamon Huntu. You trying to get crazy. No, but could you imagine like, it would be one of your cousins coming to visit you, Haiti, like after the earthquake, and you're screaming at him in English. I was furious at Clark for like rambling.
Why did he keep going?
I mean, because he's a nerd.
He's Clark,
he's like,
and he's not self-aware. They established that in him. Like he just keeps on moving. And then like he's like, here's a uniform. Start working with us. Get out of my face.
What?
Get out of my face.
Welcome to Def Jam.
Get to work.
Like what?
Another lore change that they added, which is very interesting, was that Clark was sent there to conquer Earth.
Oh yeah,
that
like he'll be a god among them.
What's the smear campaign on Jor-El?
I was like, dang.
Big smear campaign. And then Krem of the Yellow Hills, I think, had the biggest change. Before he came out, we used to joke that my co-host on the DC podcast looks like Krem. Like he's just a redheaded, you know what I'm saying? He's just some redheaded topless man who's like he's like messing things up, but there's nothing particularly special about Krem. Like he's dangerous, but he's not an intergalactic sex trafficker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's
like, we're going to talk about that. We had questions.
He's a little wild about that. And it really upped the stakes. Like he was dangerous and he was resourceful. Yeah. But that was also and the design, they made him look like Pinhead and stuff like that to make him look, I guess, more sadistic.
We literally wanted to talk about that next because we left feeling like they talked about them. What's the name again?
The Brigands.
For the Brigands.
The Brigands, yeah.
Yeah. What were you saying? You were like, they're just not.
I'm like, Brigand is a literal brigand. You out here doing thug life outside, walking around being crazy, but
they made it seem like they were a race of people. Like
I think it was a gang. It's a gang.
That's what. Yeah, we were trying to. It's a gang.
A brigand is like 1-to-1 definition. You a gang member.
You're a gang member. Yeah, because that's what he was like. I'm looking for a brigand, and they was like, we all know the brigands. Like, we know the Bloods. Yeah,
we know the Bloods.
Yeah, they're like, we know the Bloods.
But there's a slip of the script.
What do you mean?
Where someone says, they chase down girls to propagate their all male race.
Right.
Like that's the phrase that gets used.
Yeah,
and I was like,
that's what they said.
And that's when you were like,
I was like,
Which one is it? Yeah.
And then also, are you birthing women and then killing them, or are you making them? Sorry,
Like, no, I feel you.
I'm
I
just
feel
saying,
you.
like,
It was a valid
what is
question.
this?
I do agree. It may have been just a slip of like the script changes because it became very clear that they were a gang and not a race of people,
Right.
And that's why they were recruiting these little girls. And that was my biggest gripe. This film had the remnants of a rated R film, and so to introduce such a heavy theme and have it PG-13 and like not see blood when you like killed that black family,
we're gonna
like
get into
Lobo's
it.
coming. You said don't even bring up that
We're gonna
black
get into
family. But yeah. I think, and we'll get to the end, the reason why these changes were made, particularly to Krem, was to justify Supergirl, making that decision.
Yeah, that makes sense. And they tried to make him even more of like a villain that I feel like it was just flagrant. Like sometimes I was like, okay, you just killing, like we need this girl, but just kidding, I'm gonna kill her. Like you just
the Killmonger effect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Anarchy.
He has to be so bad that if anyone wants to kill him, like if we're gonna it can't be any nuance.
You won't
it
be
has
like,
to be
"Oh,
the
no."
choice to make,
He doesn't do one humane thing the whole film.
And he eating everybody's food. I don't know why that pissed me off the
What's
that
most.
about?
Why you gonna eat my pie, kill my son?
And you drink the milk too? Like
And the milk too.
He was steadfast. Anyway.
I know that milk was hot. I'm sorry. I don't know why that
it
milk
was
was nasty.
they literally drank. I was like, please don't.
Sometimes I see actors do stuff. I was like, yeah, you're an actor. I know that joint.
What is
Milk
that?
was a bad choice.
What is that? But yeah, I think we also were talking about how the feeling of the film felt more like a.
I mean, it felt.
He said action film.
It was like an action film.
Instead of a super.
I'm put on my film school hat. It's about pacing and genre, like subgenre choice. It's a space opera, essentially, like just, but in scope, it's really big. You're a bunch of different races, but every action scene was an intimate set piece. There's no giant sprawling, like Batman versus Superman, where people building to build city to city, like nothing big. Everything was intimate, which means that so now everything's close. So this is when it started to feel like John Wick in space.
Yeah.
because it was for me, it was just the style of action. Kara is kicking people.
Yeah.
She's kicking, she's doing counters and judo flips. I'm like, oh, this is martial arts. She whooping ass.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is different. Whereas Clark, punches things. And he's not boxing. There's no finesse, there's no panache. It's I'm strong, bang, here you go. But all this finesse and all this focus, and I'm like, which also made me want to lean back into her being older.
Yeah.
Like,
because she learned.
She got hands. Her hands work.
I started thinking about the lore of like, is that how Kryptonians gym classes, like they teach you judo and stuff like that? I also think a piece of that is not understanding them trying to justify Millie Alcock fighting these big men. And I think the visual gag is supposed to be that she fights exactly like Clark because she has that much power. She doesn't need to use judo. Like, Superman doesn't use judo because
He could be like,
yeah, exactly. It's the same with like Luke Cage, right?
Right.
He fights annoyed. He waits till you're tired. He slaps you like you're his little brother because and everyone around him, Daredevil, all of them are doing karate. They doing martial arts because they need to.
Hallway scene.
Yeah, they do the full
exactly.
hallway scene and he's walking down the center, right? Because you can't
touch him.
You can't pierce his skin. He's like, get out of my way.
I feel like I kind of appreciated that.
Yeah.
Although it leans right back to the idea that you gave around. This feels like an R-rated movie that kind of got pared down.
Right, which I think, okay, because I kind of want to talk about the editing then, because I felt like I left feeling like something was missing, like there were some scenes missing or something that made it feel like a little disjointed throughout. And like, I feel like that was the editing, in which, if you've ever seen anything I say, my biggest gripe with DC is always the editing.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like for me. Like the editing is where it falls apart. But I want to see what you think.
I think the most difficult task is it's an Odyssey they're adapting. So it was already ambitious to adapt Woman of Tomorrow. Because, I think in a movie, if you adapt the story 1-to-1, it would be boring.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It
I
had
agree.
to be like an anthology series if you really want to like do it true. And I think that's where the editing comes from. I think too, you're watching Craig Gillespie style mash with James Gunn's, universe. And so he's trying to connect the two. I felt like it was more like a Star Wars film than it was a John Wick film, where it was like they were establishing a universe outside of Earth and how people live like we do.
Right.
Off Earth, right?
Yeah.
Like
Very
when
much
she was at the
alive.
bar, I was like, "This
Yeah.
is Tatooine, right?"
Yeah.
Is that how you Tatooine?
Tatooine, you got it.
Tatooine.
I don't know.
Or Mos Eisley if you want to be. No, I'm just
Yeah, but I think that's the biggest thing, and I think they added in things probably, more Lobo, for the boys.
But do you feel like, because you were saying it feels like an R-rated film, do you feel like in the editing they were like, we got to make this PG-13?
Yeah.
Let's
I'm sure,
do that.
but that's any PG-13 movie,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
They're like, you're doing something and you think it's PG-13,
Right.
and they said this one scene made it R, and then you have to remove it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think that is something every PG-13 movie has to go through, But
Do you think they should have kept it as R?
there's no way. There's no way they
we
could.
don't
Not
live
a
in a
woman.
world. Yeah, we don't live in a world that
you're
would
right.
allow
You're right.
That would've
Supergirl
been-
to have that.
They wouldn't.
You
Yeah.
can't even
HBO
fault
Max,
them.
on the other hand,
They could have done a series, maybe.
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 Yeah.
Maybe.
And I hope one day we can talk about My Adventures with Superman because
I love that
freaking love it.
That they
so
do.
much.
They do kids.
They
do.
with the huge themes.
They do.
they nail it, and they're
They doing
we're not gonna
Cyborg
give
Superman
spoilers.
right
you
now.
know,
Sorry. Oh, y'all not watching it? Oh.
we
yet,
waiting
not
to binge it.
Y'all waiting to binge. Oh yeah, y'all got
Yeah. I
2
can't
months.
with the-
Y'all got 2 months. It just started.
When you like one by one, I guess they're like,
Oh yeah. I just filled my time with everything else. So by the time start watching Love Island.
oh,
know?
man.
man.
Yeah. We were Love Islanders during COVID, so we started at UK. We've been on it a long time.
It is a Stanford experiment.
High
Because
key.
when does Stanford put out any good shit anymore? You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Watch
dead.
Love Island instead. Those are the type of,
Like,
projects you need
forever.
to see that
That's
they're,
funny.
I'm like, I am watching the landscape. And this is the first season. It's all Gen Z. And they're
about
all
to get
COVID people.
Wait, UK or US?
US.
US.
And
Everyone's on US.
there's remnants of the red pill and how that affects them and conservatism. Like they're not saying they're conservative,
man.
but it's in their actions. Like they're all coupled up very early. They won't explore. There's a splash of slushing. I mean,
Little
if you
Xena.
would see
Word.
the dissertations on TikTok
Like
and
we're
threads.
regressing. What's happening?
It's crazy. Y'all, I mean, this has been happening for a while in our society. But
Right.
now we're actually
Yeah.
seeing these kids, they don't date, they're not making out, and they're hyper aware that we're in the police state now.
Yeah.
They're always being recorded, right? Like
Yeah.
think about when you was in a club when you was 20, right?
yeah.
Who was gonna record you on their BlackBerry?
How?
In
How, Sway?
in 1K? In 720?
1K
Not even a K.
I
don't even know what that is.
720, 640.
What is it?
Yeah, the pixelated. I'm like, that's not me.
This is all allegedly.
You know what I mean?
I was
You could
never
be
there.
having a moment, enjoying yourself in the club,
Yeah.
and it goes viral on
Right,
TikTok
yeah.
Right.
by someone you didn't even know was
Exactly.
recording you and thought it was funny.
Yeah.
That messes with your psyche.
Oh, well, now I'm sad about it.
Yeah, no one's shaking ass anymore.
Not even on Love
No
Island.
one's twerking. They twerking on Love Island is performative twerk. No one's freely
For
shaking
sure.
ass.
For sure. It's not
anymore.
coming
It's a
from
tragedy.
within.
Yeah,
I
it's a
get that.
tragedy. Truly.
Not coming from the knees.
Yeah, it's not
They're
coming
like,
from the.
oh,
They're
okay.
gonna have great knees in 40 years, though. You know what I mean?
They'll
That
be like,
generation's
yes,
gonna stand there
they'll be
just in time.
I want to keep this.
You
One of
know,
mine.
I know,
We got
I
from
know.
Supergirl to Love Island to twerking.
We did.
To twerk. Yeah.
Performative twerking
I feel like
and then genuine
everything comes to twerking.
And that's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
Supergirl did not twerk when she was partying. She ain't shake one ass,
She
one
did
cheek.
not.
twerking. This is true.
She
It's
did
very
not.
shoegaze.
She, you know what I'm saying? If I was like drowning my sorrow, I'm on the table, hands on my
Yeah.
knees,
Yeah.
shaking my ass, doing
Absolutely.
thought shit. Yeah,
There you go.
You know what I mean? She was not.
No. She was like, okay, I'm gonna go lay down, throw up a bunch. Also, there was a lot of throw up in this film. I'm only saying this because I have a fear of throw up, and I was like, how many times?
What do you mean a fear?
It's like a
It's a
phobia.
real thing. It's a phobia. It has a name too.
So if I threw up, you throw up
Oh my god.
next?
No.
No,
I would
the
run
opposite.
away. I would
You
come. I would
scream.
not be here. I would be out that door.
You're not a teacher? I thought you were a teacher.
No, he's
No,
the
that's me.
teacher.
Oh, I was like,
Can you
them kids throw up for
imagine?
random stuff.
I don't have those. I'm not squeamish like that.
Okay.
I've been trying to work on it, but that's another.
Yeah, there is a
story.
lot of throw up in it. Yeah, at least they didn't show it.
The water one was
The
gentle.
water one was
The
fine.
dude on the bus.
Oh,
right
yeah,
before the
yeah.
robbery. He was very gentle. I was like, oh, it's water.
And
Look
he
at
was
that.
like, I think it's like, maybe it's more about like human throw up because he was like an alien, like, oh, and I was like,
That was such a good one. Yes.
He was
That's
an alien.
exactly
It was
what he did, though. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, man.
So I was like, ew, what even was that?
That was my other thing. I was like, they could have made it bloodier and changed the blood to blue or green.
I would have loved
because,
that.
like, they're all aliens, even
all
Ruthie.
aliens.
So,
Yeah.
like, her blood doesn't need to be red. Krem's
Yeah.
blood doesn't need to be red.
It could
And
have been like green. That would have been like fun.
They do that in animes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It took the stakes away. Anyway.
Yeah.
I kind of want to talk about Lobo too because we've all been waiting for Jason Momoa to be Lobo. And one, you spoke to him, so I'd love to know more.
Yeah.
Are his abs amazing in person?
Well, he did not let me see or touch him, unfortunately.
What the hell?
Yeah. I mean, like, you know why
I
we're
get
here.
it.
Yeah.
I get it.
No, he was great. He was very kind.
what it is.
I drank my first Guinness with him.
Oh my God, I watched that.
Yeah, that was
It
really
was
cool.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I just mentioned it to the side, like, my co-host was like, man, I wish we had Guinness because he knows he likes it. I was like, I don't drink beer. I've never
Yeah,
had a
me
Guinness.
neither.
And he was like, he whistles over a Guinness guy.
But like, how did he do that?
He like literally how it is in the video. He whistled, said like this, and like as we were talking, you know, we were continuing the interview. The Guinness guy comes back in ice cold Guinnesses.
Ice cold.
Puts them down. And so like our producer is scrambling to bring us cups and stuff like that. And I drank it. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Like I always thought Guinness was like super strong, dark beer. It tastes like a ale, like a cider.
it's like-
Yeah.
It's not bad. Oh, you guys have
It's a gentle
drank
stout.
it.
I drink it.
Okay, sorry. Let's get back. Lobo. Did we like it? Where do we think Lobo's going? Is he a big part of what this DCEU is gonna bring us? Oh my God, you guys had the same face.
I'd be surprised if they bring him back again.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, maybe they'll bring him in, but I don't think there's any plans. And, you know, I think he was there primarily for two reasons. Tom King initially wanted to include him in the comic book, and, you know, through editing and story writing, he just couldn't. And I think they needed something for the boys, right? They're like, we just can't have these two women running around here.
How dare we?
Which they
would
didn't
see
need.
this?
They could have just left it.
I was gonna say.
You know, I will say my big critique of the film is that they could have used him more. Like, maybe not even more screen time, but I would have loved to see him as the foil to Kara.
No, I
right?
agree.
While Kara's out here trying to preach, like, don't kill, he's on the opposite end, like, why would you not? You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna give you the catharsis. Like, I think he could have served a bigger purpose than being the fodder for Lobo. And my issue with Lobo as a character in general is that he's supposed to be a critique of like Wolverine and like the man, you know, loner.
Yeah.
And that gets lost where men just idolize him, right? So then I'm like, you're no longer satire if the people you're satirizing like you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That defeats the whole purpose.
it defeats the purpose. Like, Homelander towards the end of The Boys stopped being what he was because he stopped being satire.
Yeah.
Like, they stopped seeing like, oh, you're making fun of me.
Yeah.
And I felt this way when I was watching it. I was like, I don't feel it.
I think he might have given us his best years as Aquaman.
Oh, don't say that.
No. I'm talking about giving us his best. Like he ran a route through DC. Some people didn't even know that we dreamt of him as Lobo. Like some people don't know that.
He knew.
He knew. But I'm saying the audiences. There's some audiences who had no idea. They see him now. When I see him Lobo, I'm like, yes, this is it. This is what we wanted. But a lot of people don't know that, so they saw him as Aquaman. They're like, why is he here? And they don't get it.
That's why I'm sad then, because if we're saying he's not coming back, I was really interested in more of Lobo. Like
you want to know more?
I want to know more.
Lobo's not complex.
He's not,
even
but
if-
the foil thing that you brought up would have been dope because
exactly.
they give you a little bit of the, he's the last Sarnian. He might have murked his whole planet type deal.
Yeah.
Well, he did. It's not a mic.
I was trying to just
I don't want to be like, I don't want a Lobo movie, but I think him having more role in another film or something that I can see more about him.
They already packed that. That Man of Tomorrow gonna be packed. Think about how many people was in Superman.
Yeah.
And now there's more people. Green Lantern, Aaron
Yeah.
Pierre
Both
coming
Green
up.
Lanterns.
Yeah, Peacemaker, people are still around.
They're going to be coming,
I don't know if they're going to be coming. These are, I'm not speaking for DC. I have no,
Say that.
and have
Let it scroll up the
no
things.
idea what they're doing.
What they're gonna
but
do.
I'm just saying, I'm surmising, right? That at least the Justice Gang is in there. They're introducing a Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Peacemaker and his crew, Rick Flag and his crew,
Yeah.
and now Supergirl just confirmed at this film that she will also be involved.
Yeah, I'm
so no, there's no room for
no room for Lobo.
I mean, I think he could run the same way the Hulk ran through Marvel. Like he never got a movie, but he was in just various here and there various points.
You think he's as interesting as the Hulk, as Bruce Banner?
Do I think Lobo can be? Yes, he can be.
The Lobo you met.
This Lobo?
The Lobo you just met.
I mean, we
just met.
We got so little.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Him popping up for bounties when he used to do that in the in Justice League, in the animated, he used to just pop up.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so fire because whatever story brought him there, somebody did some dirt and then there was a bounty. So he ended up looking like he was giving justice, even though he's really just out here murking for money.
He's just for money.
I was like, but that connective tissue story thing, that brings me to a movie. It brings me to a book.
I think that could, there's a world where it's similar to how Peacemaker showed up in Superman, where for 2 seconds he's like, I'm just here for my bounty, and he leaves. I think that there's a world for that, but I mean, thinking about the Man of Tomorrow's storyline, thinking about what they built in Peacemaker, I don't have time for
I don't see Lobo.
That's fair.
I don't have time for you,
fair.
sir. But later, maybe, you know.
It's okay. I'll just go read a comic, I guess.
Or watch. He's in a lot of stuff. And Justice League Unlimited is unmatched.
That's true.
See, that's my Supergirl.
That's my Supergirl, too.
That and Public Enemies.
Oh yeah, Public Enemies.
People know the meme.
Have I seen Public Enemies?
Yes, so people know the meme when Darkseid is grabbing Superman.
I was like, hey, we both went to the same exact meme.
Yeah, but after that, Horror stepped in and whooped Darkseid.
That is the wrong meme because there's also a moment where Green Lantern comes and all the parademons jump him. Yeah. And it's funny as fuck. And no one ever, I didn't even ask, could I curse on here? I've been cursing like crazy.
Listen, we curse all the time.
I'm so sorry. But yes, they I don't know what Lantern does, but he does something, they drop into the ground and they all just start murking him.
It's the Warriors.
It's hilarious. Yeah, it's really, really funny. But I think and they just announced 6 animated projects this morning. The day that this is released.
I live for DC animated. That's what I live for.
Knightfall is coming out 3 parts. Do you know about Knightfall?
What? I don't know about Knightfall.
She knows of, but she doesn't know why.
Oh, okay.
I want to talk about this one Black Nerd problem, because we write for Black Nerd Problems.
Yeah.
Shout out to Black Nerd. But that we have with the film Supergirl is that they killed that entire Black family.
Yeah.
That was my issue. You have this family, like, I'm not saying that, like, you can never kill a Black person, but, like, for them to kind of be, like, the only Black
those
people in the
cyber
film.
Pirates were Black.
Yeah, there was a couple pirates.
Okay.
There's like 2 of them.
They were blue, too.
And then there was that one girl who held the harpoon at the end.
Yes.
But to kill them?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was to give them emotional stakes. Again, like I said, so we can get into the ending as well. So the thing that I was debating about that we had to call Tom King about was in the book, Ruthie kills him. And then you realize that she's narrating it that they actually don't kill him. They send him to the Phantom Zone for 100 years. He comes back and he's fine, but because Supergirl wouldn't kill him, that's the point. And in this, she has to kill him. Yeah, right. He's an What could she do to stop him? Yeah. Although I think sending someone to the Phantom Zone for 100 years.
That seems like a good plan, though.
You know, I go crazy.
Solitary confinement
but would that? I feel like that would make this version of Krem worse. You know what I mean? I also felt like she was killing all the burgers.
Right? Oh, no, there was a part where she was going around. I looked at him. I said, so she kills, I guess.
Yeah, like she did an uppercut. I said, his neck is
She was throwing those huge machines on people.
Oh, they did try to scale. You know, Krem catches the tank. She gets hit a couple of times by the Brigands, and she gets hit. But I'm like, so how strong are they?
No, but she had kryptonite. Yeah, she had kryptonite for most of that fight. Yeah. So like them affecting her with the last
fight when she's back.
No, they still hit her with the kryptonite arrow in that.
He's saying after her cells fixed. You saying?
Oh, when she got the sign.
The very, very ending, right?
She's still throwing hands with some people. Some people she just they gone. But then some people she's hitting and they're like,
Oh well, they all pull. That Superman does the same thing, right? Like
pull punches type
pull
deal?
punches.
they're pulling punches, and they're always erring on the lightest side,
Right.
because the alternative is like what she did with the arm wrestling, is that they're blast, like
Then it turns into Invincible. Then it's just
vaporize your
Invincible.
face off,
Through people's heads.
Yeah, and that's why I always say, like, people like the Viltrumites. I was like, the Viltrumites would get cooked. They are so vulnerable, and I just feel
Really?
like it's so. Why am I seeing their guts every chick? You'll never
Yeah.
see Kryptonian guts on the floor.
Say
You
that.
know what I
true.
mean? I
Haven't
don't
yet,
know.
honestly.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah. So that's a big change that they made, and I think all the changes we saw beyond that was to show how terrible he was.
Okay.
And I feel like what they were trying to do was make us endear, because it was a black family. They just trying, we endear to
They're
them,
like,
and then
people
he
be
kill
real
them.
upset about this.
Yeah, but then it's on brand because that happened, and you feel like she could have done more.
She could.
Well, that was the point.
That was the point. Yeah.
But then she goes so ham for Krypto, and I'm like, this is very, very on brand for white folks.
For their dogs? For their dogs?
Are you a pet person?
No. I mean, I've had pets, but I travel too much, so I haven't had pets in
Say that.
years.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, yeah, I had a dog. I loved it.
But like, for the I have to save my dog.
No. No, but I mean, I never had that type of relationship with a
It's
dog.
circumstantial.
I could understand her, and they did their best to show that, like, this dog was the only thing she had at home.
Yeah.
The only thing that she understood. So I could understand in that regard, like, not losing that dog in a way that, like, I would go to the ends of the earth for that watch. Like,
The
if he had
watch,
stole that
yeah.
watch, I would have chased him down for that watch.
Yeah.
So I was fine with that being her motivation, but to your point, it's like, this is a sex trafficker. Could someone bring that up? Like,
Right? Okay,
just-
so we decided to say, oh, they take girls, like, oh, she's real valuable here. We got to hide this. But she's just like, look, I got to go save my dog. Okay, people?
yeah.
Which character turn, like you said, like it's supposed to be a messy hero type deal, but it definitely raised an eyebrow. I'm like,
But not my circus, not my monkeys. You know what I'm saying? Am I trying to get in that business? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if some little
It's a
girl was like,
hefty-
come fight this, international crime conglomerate, no.
Oh, I kind of felt
Even
her
if I
on
had the
that.
power, leave me alone. Let me drink this, Jaeger shot,
Yeah.
Jaeger
Yeah.
bomb, and go about my day. Are you talking about this sword? No.
No, I kind of felt on that. I was like, hold on a second. I'm going to go fight your revenge. My name is Inigo Montoya. Like,
Yeah, yeah. She was so adorable, though. I may have said
I loved
yes.
her so much,
immediately.
honestly.
Especially since I don't know, maybe me as Supergirl, I would have done it because it would have felt easy. Like, yeah, I'll roll up and go get you.
True.
You
Let me just
know.
head out to this yellow sun real quick.
Yeah.
And then let's go.
And she uses that. I did like the way she weaponized the yellow sun. She was like,
Yeah.
like, and we just saw her like, oh, it's lit. Like when she saw it, she
yeah.
kind of had like, it's lit. And there were moments. That's the thing. Like, it's so easy to talk about the things that disappointed us.
Yeah.
There were moments that I think you could really get into, and I'm like, it's important. Like when she runs out and screams after that black family
Right.
dies,
Yeah, that was-
and there's that single tear. I think that it was important to see that, especially since we saw Clark lose his temper in the previous film, and as a woman, Kara cannot do that.
Right.
She has to silently scream
Yeah.
and have
Say
that
that. moment
moment and come back and compose herself. And she's been harboring all those feelings. I thought that was pretty cool. But it's hard to defend. Only black family died.
yeah, it was just a moment where we were just like, all right.
I was like, come on now.
But you
But you have to have one black nerd problem. Like, that was clearly the one.
and-
it was the only
that
one,
was-
which
it's
is
the only
the
one,
one.
and it's hard because it's like we're watching this white media,
yeah.
and we have to remember that we are not typically in that room.
Yeah, we're not the one making that decision.
part.
And they were like, oh, people will be real sad if this happens. You're like, you know who be real sad?
Yeah, and they're like, what if we brought in people? I think on their end, they're like, this is gonna galvanize, and then we
Yeah.
get to kill this rapist and killer of blacks. And I'm like,
But
The rape was enough.
You could've not-
The sex trafficking was enough.
That was
for me.
way
Kill
over.
him, kill him.
That was fine. Yeah, we did not need that extra motivation. And she shouldn't have needed that extra motivation
I
either.
agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you're right.
I think once she saw the girls being trafficked, like, I was like, oh, she's in now. Like, she's going to kill these guys.
For a penny and
Like,
for a
hello.
pound, she was on it.
And then I was like, and she's going to go save that family. Oh, just kidding.
Even the way, why did she grab Ruthie instead of him? When she went to stop him, I was like, you have super speed. Just grab him out. I mean, she probably wasn't thinking. She was like, I want to talk to her for a second. But like, sis, you have super speed. Like, get him out of there.
Yeah.
And then like, do what you want to do. I want to hung him on something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then be like, Ruthie, we talked about this. You're not going to kill him.
I feel like there was a lot of moments like that. I was like, okay, grab the necklace. Let's go.
But I think that's why it's like, they wanted her to be younger to add in the naivete, because like even her, like she got like twice, like you drinking this milk, they was being sus. I knew they was being. So she got super hearing.
Poured that, I said, do not drink that.
She got super hearing.
I was like,
you not listening in.
that.
I mean, they hone in. But if I'm on a planet that's hostile, I'm listening. I'm not honing in at this hostile planet. So she drank the milk, and then when they brought her the green sun, I'm like, sis,
right?
Were you not looking through this bag?
You were looking. What was she looking at the watch?
But no, I'm saying she could. When they put the bag on her head, I was like, I would say okay because you could see through that bag. You have X-ray vision.
Yeah,
she ain't use it.
No,
so she young.
I feel like all of this is like showing one that the characters and the performances really drove the movie.
Yeah.
I think that's really what it was. Like, I'm not gonna say it was like amazing. Again, I cannot lie. But like, it was okay.
It was fine.
It was fine.
I would posit that it's a decent movie that could have been a great. Like it had all the pieces to be a great movie.
I think that's what's really disappointing people. It's like you could feel that this was an epic film, especially by the performances and the shortcomings are like but damn. I mean, it's still good.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I'll be honest with you, that silent scream was easily one of my favorite comic book moments of this year.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, and I remember that in the book. There's a scene like that where she like yells like that, and I was just like, and then I thought maybe take a black bolt. I was like, oh, that's right. You couldn't even yell on the planet if you wanted to, because you would kill everybody.
Yeah, she started Sonic Grave or something like that. And even just like how women's like pain is like silenced, and it was just a very layered scene. I was like, I'm glad. And then they had some one-liners. I was like, you're cooking like Clark sees the good in everyone. I see the truth. Or be good. That doesn't mean you can't be tough.
I love that one.
Like there were moments I was like, all right, we're here. We're cooking. So like there's definitely pieces
definitely good moments.
that was like really good and I really appreciated. And I will always appreciate seeing a woman-led superhero film on screen, especially when it's acted so well. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm a little concerned about kind of all the negative critiques that are coming out. It's like, damn. Because, like, this is the woman-led one, again, getting, like, kind of
It was going to get it. It could have been Casablanca. You know what I'm saying? It could have been Citizen Kane level, good. You know, like, if Watchmen with Regina King came out as a film, that level, that good, they would still bomb it. You feel me? Like,
they bombed everything.
They bomb everything. So, I mean, we can't.
Yeah. Okay. How many yellow suns out of 10 do you give it?
Out of 10? Yeah. I only do 5. So let me think about 10.
I only do 5.
Just multiply.
You said just add it up. I guess like 6.5. I think that's fair. 6.5 yellow suns.
I was going to give it a 6. I was going to give it a solid 6.
I was going to up it to a 7.
Oh.
Nice. The discussion always makes you like a film better, right?
I mean, to be real honest, it was just, from super honest, so I'm a high school teacher and I was, so one of my young people today, and they just said something to me that was just like, huh. And the context not necessary, they just simply were like, you forget sometimes how much it takes to do something.
That's true.
It's like, right. Making a movie is making a movie. Making a movie in this climate is making a movie in this climate. All those things
with this budget, with this,
all of that stuff. I was just like,
the fact that they've done this
it's not a
is
bad
a feat.
Like,
on its own. You know what I mean? The fact that he was able to cast, someone like Millie Alcock, who's not a triple D,
Yeah, she
and
Australian.
not have her tip. Australian. They put shorts on her. I couldn't believe it. She had a score on.
The score.
Oh, that's right.
She had a score on. I was so hyped. I said, and they made sure they showed that she had a score on.
Yeah.
And I said, that's right. That's
also,
right.
I love them boots. I was like, okay, boots.
I love that. The only thing is, I'm going to start campaigning, put these girls in ponytails, a braid, a headband.
Something.
Ain't nobody fighting with their hair out.
No.
Shout out to Wonder Woman.
You flying around. You know what I'm saying? I rode a city bike here with my hair
And
out.
you're like,
I was like, oh,
too much lip gloss.
how's she flying through the air with this? Oh my God. I put a hat on. It was crazy.
Thanks. Well, thank you so much. This was a delight.
For real.
Thank you.
It was
This is
lovely.
awesome.
We never talk about DC this in depth.
Wow.
So
DC is meant to chew. I'm
Facts.
so glad I could bring that to
You're
you.
not wrong.
For real.
Thank you, fantastic Frankey, for being with us.
Thank you
We'll
for
have to have
having
you
me.
back again for sure.
Absolutely.
Super honored.
Yeah.
I said yes like immediately. Like,
I
she
know.
was like, hey, Frank, I was like,
like,
what day? I
literally
will
was
figure
like,
it out.
will you come do this? And then I was like, I don't know if she's going to say yes. I was like, oh, she said yes.
Immediately, yes. I love every. I mean, I've been listening, reading y'all stuff like since before I even started. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
And you guys really encouraged me. Between you guys, Omar really encouraged me to like, without you knowing, without me ever interacting with you, to like be myself and be true.
That's
Oh
what's
my
up.
God. Okay.
I'll always owe you guys for that. Truly.
Inspiring blurs.
Yeah,
everywhere.
I love you guys so much. Thank you. I'm
Well,
free.
we'll have you back. Thanks so much. Two Nerds and an Actor is produced by Wonder Studios and Desta Wonderhead. And us, Aisha Jordan, France Jerome, and Mike Santana. Our theme song is composed by Stanley Borbra. If you made it this far, then you're the person who sits in the seats and waits for the end credits. So enjoy this deleted scene now. Why don't I know?
Well,
why?
you've seen The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
So The Dark Knight Rises, that Bane breaking his back is from that story. And I think what makes Knightfall so interesting is the critiques of Batman. They're like, we're rejecting all of that, right? You say Batman's too violent. Let me show you what a violent Batman really looks like. You don't got superpowers.
doesn't.
So you gotta be a little violent.
Sorry, I know we went on a tangent though.
I mean, it was a
Sorry,
great
I'm
tangent,
sorry.
but
But it was a good
She's like,
tangent.
I don't care,
was
but
very
I don't
excited
care.
about it.
I don't
He's
care.
wearing
I
a
don't
Batman
even-
shirt.
I feel you. I love Batman. I think him and Superman honestly are really misunderstood, and it's because they're the blueprint. And so people are like, "Oh, I've seen this. This is what if Superman was bad." Blah blah blah. I'm like, you've seen it because he's done it.
Yeah.
And you're seeing all these other iterations that are trying to be that girl. You know what I mean? And y'all don't even know who either one of them are, right? Like people like Batman is bringing these kids and making them do stuff. Them kids is gonna die. Like them kids was in the streets. He took them off the streets.
Jason Todd.
And he was like,
Right.
they were going to
Look at 'em now.
jail. Yeah, Jason Todd. If I didn't have them work with me on the streets,
It was clipped
they
for
were
them.
good. It's clipped for them. He's a good father.
He's like,
You know
I'm a
what saying?
foster dad. What do you want?
No, truly, he's like, I'm trying to tire them out. Honestly,
Go to
coincidentally, Superman is a worse father.
Oh,
Like when
yeah.
you like he's so preoccupied. I always say he's like a West Indian father. He's so preoccupied with work. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
He loved his kids. He loved his kids, but
Not
he's
the
so
Caribbean
preoccupied
dad.
with work, and he's putting out these crazy standards for them. Like
You don't got tree job?
you know,
You don't got
he's like,
tree
Jonathan,
job?
you're at home working. Come out here. You're Superman now. You know,
Wow.
he can hear everyone's trouble. So he's always working. He's neglecting his family. Superman and Lois is an incredible show that really kind of goes into that, where his relationship with his children is strained because he's always leaving. He can't be there. And Batman is running with his kids all day. They love him. Right? They
Yeah,
like him.
that's
They
true.
respect him. They
This is true.
idolize
That's
him.
true.
That's
Even
why
if they fight with him, they still respect him. They're still about it.
Damn.
That's
Damian
when
is-
Batman
Exactly,
leaves,
Damian.
they immediately go into action, right? There are so many runs like that. We Are Robin, even the games, Arkham Knight and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When Batman leaves, he don't gotta say nothing. They feel a call. The people feel a call. Superman's gone, they cry.
Everyone's like, what are we
What are we
gonna
gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Yo.
We can say it's the scale though, right? Anybody can do Batman, but still.
I love this take. No, I love this take.
You're
Great
like, no, this is
love
incredible.
Okay. Yay, I did it. It only took me 1,000,000 times.